Hey guys, welcome back to Millennial Sales Masters. Today we're going to be talking about the selling process and the importance of having a sales process. You really do not want to shoot from the hip in how you conduct your sales presentations. Whether this is for the vacation ownership industry, whether you're in automotive sales, whether you are in fitness sales, you should always have a sales process. You should know how you're going to take the client from when you pick them up to how you close the sale. If you're missing a sales process, you're missing sales, and there's absolutely no doubt about that. So today we're going to just talk about the sales process for frontline clients in the vacation ownership timeshare industry. The first step in this process is what's called the meet and greet. There's a factor in the meet and greet that's called the primacy effect. And the primacy effect is that a client will make a decision around whether they like you within the first 10 to 15 seconds of meeting you. So when you go do the meet and greet, make sure you look them in the eyes, make sure you shake their hands, make sure that you look the part, that you're dressed professional, and make sure that you are in the most positive place that you can be, because sales is a transfer of emotion and you're transferring your emotion to the client. So make sure that you're of the right mindset. Step 2 is what we call the warm-up. The warm-up is designed for you just to make small talk with your client. It's where you ask them about what they do and what they're into, and you just build rapport and relationship with your client. The warm-up is designed to bring the tension, the task tension down, to bring their guard down so that they're able to actually receive the message that you have for them. It's been said that a lot of clients, when they come in on a presentation, they come in with what's called a reptilian mind, which is a fight or flight type of mindset. They're either ready to be combative with you or they're really looking for a way out. And so a good warm-up disarms them and takes them out of that reptilian state of mind. So you have the meet greet, you have the warm-up, and then you have what's called discovery. And discovery can be done many ways. But the main part of discovery is to find out and to discover what the client is into. It's really designed to grab emotional anchors and bullet points that you can exploit to move the client closer to your product by finding out what they're into. So you ask them, are you into, warm weather vacations, or are you into cold weather vacations? But the design is to be able to find out what they're interested in so that you can sell what they're interested in, right? If you take a discovery and you find out what they're interested in and you discount and you go through this sales process that doesn't really talk about what they're interested in, then you've missed the boat too. So in simple terms, discovery is designed for you to discover what they're interested in so you can sell them or present your product to showcase the things they're interested in, right? So we have our meet greet, we have our warm-up, bringing the tension down, we have our discovery, finding out what they're interested in, what they're into. You've built rapport, the guard's down, they've heard you listen to them and talk to them about vacation. You have gathered information around how many nights they're staying in properties and how much they're spending per night. So from there, you're going to move into the rent versus own to basically sell them on why it's a better financial choice for them to own their vacations versus rent their vacations. So you're providing them with the logical anchor to be able to make that purchasing decision, right? So you've done your meet greet, you've done your warm-up, you've done your discovery, you've done your economics, and now whatever questions around the financial side it's been asked. And remember one thing, on the economics, questions are good. At this point, you really want them to ask questions because at the end of the day, they're making a purchasing decision. And so if there's any interest, those questions should come out on economics, because if they don't understand the financial logic behind it, they need to understand the financial logic behind it, because if you go on your presentation and those questions go unanswered, guess when they come up? They come up at the end, or they simply don't come up and they don't buy. So make sure when you do your rent versus own that it's powerful, it's compelling, and we'll do another video where we learn about how to improve your rent versus own so that you can perform it at a higher level. So after the rent versus own, this is where we want to go and show them a model. We want to show them a unit. And the whole idea is as you do your property tour and you show them a model, you're going to take your client into what we call at Millennial Sales Master as the ether state of mind. You're going to take that client into the ether, and hopefully the product you're selling and the resort you're selling is impressive. Hopefully it overwhelms the clients, it affects their senses, it moves them emotionally. But the whole idea here is the touch, feel, to put them in the picture, right? So when you do that product presentation, when you show them the unit, the model, the design is for them to see the quality of what they're buying, and that establishes more trust and comfortability in buying the product that you're selling. So we've done our meet greet, we've done our warm-up, we've done our discovery, we've done our economics, we've now shown the product, we've shown the resort, but now you want to show them how it works, right? So you've got them all the way to this place where now, man, it makes financial sense, they like you, you've built rapport, you've listened to them, but at the end of the day, they need to be put in the driver's seat. So product presentation is where you show them how the product works. Whether you're selling weeks or you're selling points, whatever you're selling, you want to put the client in the product. You want to make sure they know how it works, and you want to sizzle it up so they can see the value. So you're putting them in the driver's seat, you're showing them how it works, and you're building value. And this is the part where they get to dream. This is the part where they start to give themselves permission to get this product in their life. And there's all different ways that you can do a good product presentation. We'll do another video on how to present product, whether you're selling a points product or a week product. We'll talk about how to really make that product presentation as powerful can be. So after that, after we do the product presentation, we are now going to transition to money time. And this is the portion of the presentation that you should be most excited about. This is the part of the presentation where you're going to find out whether they're going to buy or not. But from the product presentation, remember that when you transition, you are making a recommendation based on the information they provided you and what you've talked about. If you've listened to them, if you've talked to your clients, and your product recommendation is nowhere near what's appropriate for them, you lose trust and you lose credibility at the most important time, and that's when you're asking for the order, right? So make sure that you make a recommendation for a shoe that you feel like is going to fit, right? And part of the recommendation, a part of this process, I recommend using an alternate choice close, or showing two different options or two recommendations. Perhaps a stretch option and a comfort option, and then always in the back pocket, a drop option of what they would go to that you can justify as a stepping stone, just so you can get them in, right? And we'll do another video on how to really utilize an alternate choice close and how to be effective with a drop. But at that point, you should find out if you have a sale or not. And at this point, we're turning it over to a manager, and hopefully they're good at doing their job, and they can close the deal, and all of that labor and everything that you've done wasn't done in vain. So remember the process for frontline: meet, greet, warm up, discovery, economics, rent versus own, product, resort, viewing, right? Getting them in the ether, putting them in the picture, showing them how the product works, sizzling it up, and then transitioning to our recommendation where we close the sale. Remember, if you don't have a sales process, you don't have a sale. So refine your sales process, put it together, feel comfortable with it. Remember, it's just as much for you as it is for your client, because that sales process is what's going to make you confident that you can take a client to the point of being able to make a purchasing decision. So if you like this video, if this helped you, hit like, subscribe, and you'll continue to get our content pushed your way. Feel free to comment below and ask questions if you have questions.